What are the pivotal issues shaping the 2024 U.S. presidential election? From economic turmoil to healthcare debates, let's dive into the factors that could swing the vote. As the 2024 election approaches, Americans face critical choices that will determine the nation's direction. This video will explore the major factors influencing the election, including the economy, healthcare, foreign policy, and social issues. With expert insights and current polling data, we'll break down what you need to know to stay informed. We've compiled comprehensive analyses from political experts, recent interviews, and historical references. Stay tuned for an in-depth look at these key issues. And don't miss our exclusive discussion on potential election outcomes. Subscribe to Mystery for more insightful content. It's the economy, stupid! This famous political mantra rings especially true in 2024. Economic issues, particularly inflation and job security, are front and center. According to a Pew Research survey, 76% of voters consider the economy their top concern. The Trump administration was marked by a focus on deregulation and tax cuts, intended to stimulate economic growth. However, the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted these plans, leading to a complex economic recovery. Trump promises to reduce taxes further and cut federal spending, aiming to spur growth and reduce the national debt. In a recent interview, economist Larry Kudlow, a former Trump advisor, emphasized, "The focus must be on reviving the energy sector and cutting unnecessary regulations." Conversely, Kamala Harris advocates for a Build Back Better approach, emphasizing green energy investment and social welfare programs. Her plan includes raising the minimum wage and expanding tax credits for the middle class. This divergence in economic philosophy, market-driven growth versus social equity, poses a clear choice for voters. Healthcare remains a contentious issue, with a significant impact on voter sentiment. A Kaiser Family Foundation poll found that 64% of voters are concerned about healthcare costs and access. Under Trump, the push to repeal the ACA, colloquially known as Obamacare, met fierce resistance. While the repeal effort failed, the administration did dismantle key provisions, such as the individual mandate, and reduced funding for healthcare exchanges. Trump's recent statements suggest a continued desire to replace Obamacare with a more efficient system. However, no detailed replacement plan has been presented. In contrast, Harris supports expanding the ACA with proposals to increase subsidies and enhance Medicare. She has also spoken strongly about protecting reproductive rights, particularly in the wake of Roe v. Wade being overturned. During a town hall, Harris remarked, "Healthcare is a human right, and we must ensure that every American has access to affordable care." This issue is especially resonant among suburban women and younger voters, who are critical demographics in swing states. Foreign policy is always a defining issue, particularly with current global tensions. Trump's America First policy has led to a more isolationist stance, impacting international relations. Trump's foreign policy highlights include renegotiating trade deals, withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accord, and engaging in a trade war with China. His stance on NATO, where he demanded greater financial contributions from member states, stirred controversy. According to an analysis by the Council on Foreign Relations, Trump's approach has been transactional, often straining traditional alliances. In a recent interview, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo defended these policies, stating, "We were correcting decades of imbalance in global affairs." Meanwhile, Harris promotes a multilateral approach, emphasizing alliances and international cooperation. Her platform includes rejoining international agreements and restoring diplomatic relations. In a recent Foreign Affairs article, Harris outlined her vision. Social issues are deeply polarizing and play a significant role in mobilizing voter bases. From abortion rights to gun control, these issues are at the forefront of the cultural battleground. Abortion has re-emerged as a critical issue following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Trump's appointments to the Supreme Court, including Justices Kavanaugh and Barrett, have shifted the court's balance, leading to this landmark ruling. Trump has expressed satisfaction with this outcome, stating in a recent rally, "We've returned this issue to the states, where it belongs." Harris, however, strongly opposes this ruling and advocates for federal protections for abortion rights. Her stance is clear. We must codify Roe v. Wade into law. This issue is particularly potent among female voters and could be a decisive factor in the election. Similarly, on gun control, Harris supports measures such as universal background checks and an assault weapons ban, contrasting sharply with Trump's advocacy for the Second Amendment. What do the experts and current polls reveal about the 2024 election landscape? Political analysts like Nate Silver of 538 suggest that the race is tight, with swing states playing a crucial role. The margin of victory in battleground states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin is razor-thin, says Silver. A recent Real Clear Politics poll aggregate shows fluctuating leads, underscoring the volatility of the electorate. Undecided voters are the key demographic, often swayed by economic and healthcare issues. Political scientist Rachel Beitkoffer notes, these voters are less ideological and more pragmatic, often making last-minute decisions based on the candidate's perceived competence on bread-and-butter issues. Voter turnout and demographics are pivotal, with shifts in these areas potentially altering the election outcome. The electorate is changing, with increasing diversity among younger voters and a significant Latino demographic surge. According to a report by the Pew Research Center, these groups lean Democratic but are not monolithic. Their turnout will be crucial. Additionally, suburban voters, who have been pivotal in recent elections, present a complex picture. They tend to favor economic conservatism but are increasingly supportive of progressive social policies. Both campaigns are tailoring their messages to appeal to these critical groups. For example, Harris's campaign focuses heavily on healthcare and racial justice, aiming to mobilize young and minority voters. Trump's campaign, meanwhile, emphasizes economic recovery and law and order, targeting working-class voters and seniors. The effectiveness of these strategies will likely determine the election outcome. Thank you for exploring the key factors that could decide the 2024 U.S. presidential election with us. For more in-depth political analysis, check out our next video on the historical role of swing states in shaping election results. Don't forget to subscribe to Mystery and hit the notification bell to stay informed about the latest developments in history and politics. Stay engaged, stay informed.